If you're struggling to lose body fat in your 30s and above, it's because you're making one or multiple of these 7 mistakes. By the way, I'm Alex. I've been a personal trainer for 13 years. I have 8 coaches on my team, and this is all we do. We've worked with thousands of clients, and these are 7 of the most common mistakes that we see. Mistake number 1, thinking your metabolism is broken. This one triggers a lot of people, and I totally understand that. It's something we've been told our entire life, and you've probably spent the last 30 years or more hearing people older than you say things like, when you get to my age, you'll see. I know I have. Well, fortunately for us, there's actually some decent data showing that your metabolism stays pretty stable from the ages of 20 to 60. More important than theory, in my opinion, is the problem is exactly what I've witnessed with thousands of clients. It's what really changed from your teens until now. It's a combination of less movement, more stress, more responsibility, less time for yourself, probably less sleep. Less movement means fewer calories burned across the days and weeks, which makes it much harder to lose weight. More stress and responsibility usually leads to worse nutrition habits and consuming more calories than you used to. It's also much easier to do these days because you can order Uber Eats and have 3,000 delicious calories dropped at your door without having to leave the house. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, that was not a thing. And if I wanted some sweets, I had to ride my bike down to the deli to get them. If you know, you know. Not ideal. So Uber Eats, tech, it's all great. It's not ideal for fat loss. To fix this, you just need to rely on some simple structure and habits, which we'll cover later. Mistake number 2, but I'm eating healthy trap. Another one that triggers people, but it's something that I hear a lot. And if you've ever said to yourself, I'm eating healthy and not losing weight, this is a massive, massive mistake to avoid. Eating healthy is great, and we should aim for 80% or 90% of our calories to come from nutrient-dense, healthy foods. But the key there was of our calories. If you just try to eat healthy without any awareness of your daily and weekly calories, it's why the weight isn't coming off. These little snacks, 3 medjool dates, which, let's be real, go down in 2 seconds, that's about 200 calories. So if you find yourself snacking on those all the time, it's the same amount of calories as a chocolate bar. Now, I'm not saying a chocolate bar has more nutrients, it's pretty much got none, and the dates have some nutrients for sure, but if your calories aren't in the right spot, or if you're overeating, weight loss is never gonna happen. Another common mistake is the health aisle. Not that there's not good options down there is, but something like this tiny little Health Lab energy ball only packs 2 grams of protein, so it's pretty much no protein, and it's 220 calories. So that right there, that little healthy snack is 420 calories. That's more than a cheeseburger. That's more than a cheeseburger and a soft serve ice cream. That's more than a lot of things actually. Another massive common thing that we see all the time, I've got no olive oil left. A tablespoon of olive oil has about 120 calories. And yes, it is a great fat source, but let's be real, when you're cooking with olive oil, you're probably actually using a lot more than that. You're probably just dropping it into the pan. If you do 2 tablespoons of olive oil with your dinner, that's an extra 240 calories that you're having on top of your normal dinner. Now think about that across multiple meals, across the entire week. It's a shitload of extra calories that you're not taking into account. Peanut butter is also a great fat source, and I actually eat this daily with my oats, but if it's not tracked into your calories, check this out. So a tablespoon, which here's the mistake, if you're actually using this and you're not weighing it out, a tablespoon is only 20 grams. Let me show you what 20 grams looks like. That's 14, that is 20 grams. But let's be real, if you're just doing a tablespoon of peanut butter, it probably looks, I'll be a little bit moderate, it probably looks more like that. That is 40 grams, so that is about 244 calories. That's how easy the calories rack up. And in order to lose body fat, you need to be eating in a calorie deficit. Mistake 3, social eating, done wrong. You don't want to stop being social or never going out for dinner with your partner again, and you don't have to. But you do have to be smart about eating out, otherwise it's very easy to wipe out 3 to 4 days of progress in one go. And if you go out, say twice a week, that's your weekly progress gone. For example, a Domino's pizza and a pint of Ben & Jerry's will rack up around 2,500 calories. And that's probably more calories than your entire day. If you're eating out 1 to 2 times per week, you need to make smart food choices and bank calories for that meal. So let's say your normal dinner is 600 calories and your snack is 300. On the day of the social event, you're going to replace the dinner with the social dinner meal and then skip your snack. You've now got 900 calories banked up. If you know the social event is going to be hard to make smart food choices, then maybe you want to swap your regular breakfast for a protein shake and a piece of fruit. You've now probably just banked up another 200 to 300 calories. So we've got over 1,000 calories saved, and that's going to help you not ruin the hard progress you've done for the week. Unless you go full YOLO and you nail 7 cocktails and a double beef burger, if you do the calorie banking and just make some smart choices when you're there, you'll be totally sweet. Especially if it is just like once or twice a week. Now, keep in mind, the more you go out and eat socially, the harder it becomes to stay on track and lose the body fat. And speaking of cocktails, I'll link my free social guide for you in the description. It has the lowest calorie options, and it also has a bunch of takeout options in there for you as well. Mistake number 4, I call this the toned without tension. In order to build muscle, look defined or toned, you need tension. What I mean by that is you need to place your muscles under tension in order to get that look that you want. The best and fastest form of this is weight training. I cannot count the amount of DMs that I get of people asking how to get toned without any form of training. It's just not possible. If you do zero exercise and want to look toned, you're in for a rough ride. Try to find some form of resistance training you enjoy and can stick to at least twice per week if you want to achieve this. Of course, if you can go 3, 4, 5 times, it's even better. And if you don't care about that look and you just want to lose some weight and be smaller, then you can do all of this just through your diet and possibly a daily step target to help as well. Mistake number 5, trying to eat like your 19-year-old self. Just straight vibes, no structure, no protein, no consistency, just eating whatever you feel, mindlessly snacking as you go. We need to fix this. Stick to some simple structure that works well for you and your busy life. So what I find works best for our busy clients is something along the lines of 2 to 3 meals per day, all containing a good amount of protein, at least 25 grams or more, usually 30 to 40 though. 1 to 2 snacks, usually no prep ones like a protein shake, protein yogurt, protein bar, just not those protein health balls. And lastly, saving like 150 to 300 calories per day for your favorite food. For me, it's ice cream every night. For you, it might be a little chocky, some cookies, afternoon bicky with your tea, whatever you want. This will help you stick to your calories and protein goal without hating life, which is ideal, and then falling into the restrict and binge trap. And that's where the little 150 to 300 calorie rule really comes into play, is you're gonna have your favorite food pretty much every single day. So that's gonna help you avoid getting those cravings and intense feelings to just go out and inhale like 3 tubs of ice cream. Mistake number 6, no tracking or accountability. This one's a double whammy because it's a mistake not to track any form of progress like scale, weight, progress pics, measurements, etc. and not tracking any form of nutrition like calories or macros. If you don't track your weight, progress pics and measurements, it's extremely hard to know if you're on track. You see yourself every day, so you don't really notice the progress happening, and it's not until you compare those progress photos weeks or months later, or until you see the scale going down each month. It usually takes a while for things like my clothes are fitting better to kick in, and in my experience, if you don't see progress before then, it's a much higher chance that you won't stick it out. And that's just in our human nature. We want results faster and we want to make sure that we're seeing progress. And I totally understand it. And that's why if you go all in and you see some drops within the first week, you're going to be much more likely to stick it out. And this isn't just theory, this is data from the thousands of clients that we've worked with. The ones that make the best progress and keep it long term, they fully commit from day one, but most importantly, within that first 1 to 2 weeks, they see some form of progress. But if you're not tracking your scale weight and if you're not taking progress pics or any form, then you're not going to be able to see it. So to get started, just simply weigh yourself each morning, then take the weekly average, compare that to the next weekly average, and take progress pics at the start, and then maybe every fortnight or month, take a new set of progress pics and compare them. Now, in terms of nutrition, knowing how many calories you consume is the best and fastest way to make sure you see fat loss progress. Imagine if you could never see a bank account and you had no idea how much money you were getting paid. It'd be pretty damn hard to budget and know if you can afford certain things. Think of your daily and weekly calories the same. The more accurate you are with this, the more you'll know what you can or can't fit in. And if you're not sure how many calories to eat for your body goal, I'll link my free calculator in the description for you as well. Mistake number 7, the fad diet merry-go-round. If you do the man shake diet, it works until you want actual food. If you do keto, it works until you want a sandwich. If you do a juice cleanse, it works until you run out of toilet paper. You get my point. Avoid falling into the trap of looking for quick fixes. They're not quick and they don't fix anything, because you'll be back at square one within a week. A simple rule you can use is if you can't stick to it for at least a year, then don't start it. So remember, your metabolism isn't broken. You do want to eat healthy, but that doesn't mean those calories don't count. You can wipe out a solid week's worth of progress with 1 to 2 social meals when done wrong. You can't look toned without some kind of training. You want to get some simple structure and systems in place for your eating and just stop going based on feels and start tracking the simple metrics of body alongside calories and protein. Avoid the merry-go-round. You'll be sweet. I hope that was helpful. If you're taking all of that on board but you still struggle to hit your protein intake, then check out this video next.